The elite chef was strolling through the market when, out of curiosity, he tasted a handmade dumpling prepared by a young boy. In that instant, he knew that the boy was destined to become the future god of cuisine. The boy needed $100 to start his business, and the chef, without hesitation, gave him the money. At first, it was just a generous gesture, but the boy, very serious, insisted on signing an agreement and promised that once he succeeded, he would give the chef some shares. When it came time to sign, the boy realized he didn't have a pen. The chef lent him his steel fountain pen without a second thought, and they agreed that the boy would return the pen and the contract the next day, not knowing that this small act would change their lives forever. The next day, the boy came back with the contract and the pen. He waited all day in the market, but the chef never showed up. From that day on, he swore that one day he would find him. 18 years flew by in the blink of an eye. Now the chef faced angry clients demanding money for medical expenses while he was checking ingredients in the kitchen. His former apprentices barged in arrogantly and directly demanded that he hand over the restaurant, or they would watch him go bankrupt. It was then that the chef realized these boys, whom he had raised, had not a shred of gratitude. But it was too late to regret. In order to save his restaurant, he decided to face the angry customers alone. As soon as he stepped into the dining area, one of the clients smashed a bottle and broke his hand. Still, he endured the pain and said he was fine. Facing growing complaints, the chef admitted fault and promised compensation, but asked for 3 days to gather the money. The families agreed because of his sincerity. That night, the chef sold his house and car. His daughter even gave up all her savings, which she had set aside to study abroad. Despite all this, he was still short $1 million. Desperate, he went to ask his old friend for help. This friend now owned an empire worth hundreds of millions. But the chef didn't know that his friend had changed. Not only did he humiliate him, but he also forced him to sign a contract transferring the ownership of the restaurant. It was then that the chef saw his 3 former apprentices appear and realized the whole thing had been a trap. The apprentices had already made a deal with the old friend to take over the restaurant and partner with the business group. What they didn't know was that the founder of that group was the very same boy the chef had helped 18 years ago. All this time, the boy had been searching across the country for the chef, and he had recently discovered that the restaurant owner was the man he had been looking for. That's why he personally came to negotiate. But the traders, unaware of the truth, kept pressuring the chef to sign the transfer. At the last second, the business group's team arrived just in time. The assistant, with a single glance, immediately recognized the chef. The apprentices, thinking the chef was ruining the deal, tried to forcefully throw him out. But the assistant acted swiftly and slapped one of them across the face. The other 2 stood frozen in confusion, yet still hurled insults at the chef, until the assistant's next words left them completely terrified.